welcome back, Generals, to another Let's Fix Generals 0 Hour to make the best game ever. Yeah. So... So last session we were confused about this vector, about the camera transform, rotation. I really don't understand why this doesn't work correctly. So we're locking down now, yeah? We're locking down. So Z clearly should be negative, right? Pitch up to the target's position. Builds a transformation matrix which positions the origin at P. Points the negative z-axis towards a target T and rolls about the z-axis by the angle specified by roll. This can be useful for creating a camera matrix. Just invert the matrix after initializing it with this function. Creating a camera matrix after initializing it with this function. Just invert the matrix. Why invert? Builds camera transform. Look at, there's no invert. This function is written assuming the convention that the ground is the xy plane and z is the altitude. That makes sense. That makes sense. So if we move it down here, but then it's still negative here. Doesn't make sense. Z vector. That also doesn't make sense. I don't understand why. Does it only work with the quaternion? This kind of view direction doesn't work with matrix. I've never used matrices much. Typically, we just use quaternions because they don't have the gimbal lock problem. I don't know if the matrix is just unstable in this way. Could be. But with quaternion, you can just get the direction vector in any direction, anywhere it's looking. And there's no gimbal lock problem. You have perfect interpolation. I don't know if that's different with the matrix, and it certainly has a gimbal lock problem. But I would have assumed that the direction, that you can't get a direction. It has to look somewhere. So I don't understand why this doesn't work. It's very strange. What functions does the camera have? Camera, 3D camera. Camera class. Set transform, set position. Can't. Let me ask. Yeah, camera position. Indeed. So if we have the target position and the source position, then we have the direction vector. Camera transform. I would have expected that we can get it from this here. So look at. Is it even possible to get a forward vector with a 3D matrix? Yes, it is possible. But only if you know exactly how, yeah. Look at style. In a non-standard way. Forward is target minus position. Let me give him the look at function. This here. Here's how the 3D matrix is constructed with two vectors. In scene, everything looks correct. The application, the camera looks correct. Let's not say that. With two vectors. Let's give him this whole thing. Now everything clicks. Pfft. Let's carefully analyze it. Compute vector from camera to target. Compute pitch. Matrix fixed basis. This is not a standard identity matrix. Z points down, points left, points up. Weird. Apply rotations, yaw. Pitch. Y forward vector is weird. Your visual camera is correct, but the matrix is built from a weird initial basis. Rows initialized to Z down, X left, Y up. Minus Z is down, X left, Y up. Not the usual right forward up axis. Therefore, the Y row column is not actually aligned. Consequence, GetY tries to read a y-axis from the matrix. This returns a combination of rows and columns of a non-standard basis, so Z stays positive. The internal forward axis is not stored in an obvious row or column. What? You cannot reliably extract the forward vector from the matrix. Custom starting orientation. Then rotate it multiple times. The resulting forward vector is obscured by the rotations applied. Aha. This is why any attempt to read the column or row produces unexpected results. Aha. Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, we can do that. Uh-huh. Is the implementation of look at correct or not? It works visually, but it's unconventional and fragile. What look at does? This is not identity. The axes do not match. Potential issues, non-standard initial basis. Pitch in your calculation is approximate. Works for most cases, but sin ignores edge cases. Order of rotations is critical. Rotate Y, then X, then Y. This may not produce exact world space lookats, especially for row. For extracting forward vector, impossible without reconstructing it. For math outside rendering, you cannot rely on rows columns. Conclusion. Implementation is correct for its purpose. Implementation is not standard. How would a standard implementation for lookats look like? Y forward, Z upright. That looks pretty short. Let's take a look at this. Okay. This look at function, is it the only place that calls it? View. I think Dazzle is not used. Text project also not used. It's not used much. Okay, let's copy paste this shit here. So let's say if 0 else and if so that's t minus p. What is world up? World up is vector 3 0.0f 0, 1.0f vector 3 cross. Don't we have a cross? Cross products. Normalized cross product. Do we have get cross products? Our normalized cross product is the same. Normalized cross products. Compute forward. Up vector. Up. Vector 3 cross products. Yeah, do we also need to normalize the up vector? Should always be normalized. Okay. Okay, then here we have position P and out. What is this out? Fill matrix. Row. Okay. It looks simple enough. Let's see what the game says about it. The compiler, I mean. My expectation is that it doesn't work. Yeah. Okay, let's see. Oof. It looks funny. I mean, it looks at something. Whoa. That looks extremely wild. Dang. What are we looking at here? What is this? It looks very, very strange. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I get that doesn't work. Points the negative z-axis towards a target T. Oh. Okay, so it's not a standard look-at matrix. The negative z-axis. Why? Okay. Huh. Okay. So would that mean that we can pass where is it? Build camera transform here. So let's say camera dear. So let's say it's not that. Forward. So forward apparently is minus Z. Is that right? Forward Z. Very strange. Look at. It's very strange. So it seems it's building some strange matrix with this look at function. But it just works because everything else... Maybe this look at matrix is just for the 3D camera. For nothing else. Let's see. So looking down, true. Forwards. Okay, this is now looking down here. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's move it down here. Now it's looking up. Okay. Let's move it down like this. Now forward should be like 1. Z should be 1 roundabouts, close to 1. Yeah. Okay, now this work. Okay, that's really, really funky. Okay. So forward is this. So camera there. Then let me remove this here. You say camera there. Camera there is this. The more you know. Okay, but we figured it out. Just was quite difficult. Camera there. Let's call it forward. Forwards there. Camera forwards. Very interesting. Okay, now we need to double check that this is correct still, which might not be the case. It doesn't trigger. That's too bad. Dot minus 1.3. Pitch 1.7. Oof. It worked before with this one. I don't know why though. Camera forward ground normal dot. pitch. Minus pitch. Let's see if that works. I think that's what ChatGPT originally suggested. Oh boy. Here, half pi minus angle top pitch. Angle top. Okay, let's see if that works. Okay, that works. And then delta. Okay. Okay, I think that works. Yeah. I think we got it figured out now. Fantastic. Okay, it was hard enough, but that works. Okay, there were a lot of pitfalls here. Okay, let me put a comment here. Camera forward is minus minus z instead of y, instead of plus y, because the camera, because the matrix is not because the matrix is not a normal. Because the matrix was created with look at, and it's not normal. Okay, that works. A transform. Area offsets. Okay, cool. At least we fixed something. That's great. Okay. Good. I think we can remove this here. Okay, cool. Then if we load now a campaign USA intro, then the camera should be mostly normal. Right. Yeah, but we still have at least 2 other bugs that we need to look at. So there's a problem with sometimes the camera moves strangely when it teleports to a new position, which we will see very soon. Watch. After the bikes jumped. Watch now. Attention, attention. There, saw the camera elevated above the terrain for a short moment. So something is wrong there. Plus here we have a bug. If you look at the top, you see that the bikes are clipping into view incorrectly. I think that's a new bug. Yeah. Yeah. So something is wrong there as well. And then we still have the bug with the ground level, right? Let me see. Oh boy. Where is it? Updates, update function. Update, and there was view vector, object view. Where is it? Here. Here, this one. So there was still a problem with this as well. Somehow the ground level went towards infinite, which obviously is not healthy. So I wonder what's up with that. Let's see if it still happens. Nope. You say. Okay, that looks okay. So far, so good. But here, it broke. Okay, that's interesting. Why did this happen? Very interesting. Terrain height under camera. Okay, let's put a breakpoint in here. So the camera is completely broken now. Let's do a restart. There we go. Okay, so why is this bad? 5. Yeah. Okay, so this looks relatively okay. We have a ground level and we have a terrain height under camera. FPS ratio is 6. That seems pretty high. Seems pretty high. 1.8. Okay, well, it's nothing to worry about. So ground level is being increased here by 20 to 26, which is now higher than this. Inf. Oof. Okay, there's a bug here. Ground level, source pass, target first. Oh. Oh. Uh-huh. The target pass is exactly where the source is. Or almost. Almost the same. Huh. Uh-huh. Let's see. Okay, let's investigate this next session. So there is some bug here, some edge case which triggers this issue. We need to figure out how we deal with this. So we have the issues here. We have infinite floats. That's obviously too much. Yeah. Okay, let's check that next session. I think for now I will take a break. Maybe look at one more review. Let's see. User error. Playing sounds exclusively for local player can mismatch the game. Quite useful. Allows to find player without needing to reference players here. Without having to write separate scripts. But still, it shouldn't mismatch the game, right? Playing sounds exclusively. But why does playing sounds for a player cause mismatch? Is that true? Hotkey doesn't work? Let's see. works. Yeah. Works. Okay. Good. Then I will end it here. That's it. I think I was. The session was good. We figured out what the problem with the forward vector was. I did not expect that the matrix is somehow a non-standard matrix. That's really weird. Unexpected, yeah. Huh. But okay. Good. Then then I will end it here. I wish you a great day or night. Until next time. Goodbye.